X-Men Origins Wolverine. Okay, this game, it's a weird one, right? Tied to the movie, yeah, let's just say the film wasn't exactly a critical darling. But the game is surprisingly good and seriously underrated. It's a hack and slash title through and through, and it fully embraces the Wolverine fantasy. You are Wolverine, claws extended, tearing through bad guys like they're made of wet paper. It's violent, it's brutal, and honestly, it's exactly what you'd want from a Wolverine game. They didn't pull any punches here. The combat has some surprising depth to it. It's not just mindless button mashing, though you can definitely do that and have fun. There's strategy involved, you can use your claws in different ways, you can use the environment to your advantage, and that sweet, sweet regeneration. It's all there. It's a satisfying system that really captures Wolverine's ferocity. The story is, well, it's there. It's not going to win any awards, but it's engaging enough to keep you invested. It delves into Wolverine's origins, his complicated relationship with his brother Victor, Sabretooth, and his inner struggle with his animalistic side. Visually, it's a product of its time. The graphics aren't exactly cutting edge by today's standards, but they were decent back then. The environments are detailed enough and the character models are solid. And yeah, there's gore, lots of it. But again, it fits the character. Now here's the sad part, officially this game is abandonware, meaning it's not readily available for purchase through legitimate digital storefronts, which is a shame because it really deserves a second chance. But as they say, the internet is a vast and mysterious place, and sometimes, if you know where to look, well, let's just say there are ways to experience this game again. X-Men Origins Wolverine is a flawed game, no doubt. It's got some rough patches, and it's definitely not perfect, but it's also a genuinely fun, visceral, and surprisingly well-made hack and slash game. It's a game that deserves a lot more love than it gets. If you're a Wolverine fan, or if you just enjoy a good, violent beat-em-up, it's absolutely worth tracking down. It's a guilty pleasure, a game that's way better than it should be, considering its movie tie-in. It's a hidden gem, a diamond in the rough. Just remember what I said about the internet, and don't expect a cinematic masterpiece. Expect claws, gore, and a whole lot of satisfyingly brutal combat. Lollipop Chainsaw Repop. Okay, so here we go, a weird but fun game. It's a hack and slash, but it's also a zombie game, and it's also, well, it's just different. It's got a very distinct style, a very specific sense of humor, and it's definitely not for everyone. You play as Juliet Starling, a high school cheerleader who also happens to be a zombie hunter, and she's got a chainsaw, and her boyfriend's head, yeah, you heard that right, her boyfriend's head is still alive, and he's hanging from her belt. It's that kind of game. The gameplay is pretty straightforward hack and slash. You're killing zombies, collecting lollipops which are used as currency, and trying to stop a zombie apocalypse. The combat is simple, but it's satisfying. You've got your chainsaw, you've got some acrobatic moves, and you've got your boyfriend's head, which can be used for special attacks. It's as ridiculous as it sounds. The visuals are bright, colorful, and over the top. It's a very stylized game with a cartoonish look. It's not realistic, it's not gritty, it's just fun. It's like a pop art zombie movie. Lollipop Chainsaw is a game that doesn't take itself too seriously. It's a game that's meant to be fun, and it succeeds on that level. It's a silly, over-the-top, and surprisingly enjoyable hack and slash game. It's not for everyone, but if you're looking for something different, something that's a little bit off the wall, then it's definitely worth checking out. It's a weird, wonderful, and utterly bonkers experience. Just don't expect a deep and meaningful narrative, expect chainsaw zombies, and a whole lot of lollipop-fueled mayhem.
Our world has fallen to fade.
Dust, an Elysian Tale. This game is a little gem, a hidden treasure in the world of hack and slash games. It's an indie title developed by just one guy, and it's absolutely charming. It's got a beautiful art style, a compelling story, and surprisingly deep combat. You play as Dust, a mysterious warrior who awakens with amnesia. He's got a talking sword, Ara, and a flying companion, Fidget. Together, they set out on a quest to uncover Dust's past and save the world from an ancient evil. The visuals are gorgeous. It's a hand-painted art style, and it's absolutely stunning. The world is lush and vibrant, the characters are expressive, and the animation is incredibly smooth. It's a visual feast. The gameplay is a mix of hack and slash combat and platforming. Dust is a capable fighter with a variety of attacks and abilities. Ara can also assist in combat, adding another layer of strategy. The combat is fast-paced and fluid, and it's surprisingly deep. The story is engaging and well written. It's a classic fantasy tale, but it's told with heart and humor. The characters are likable and well developed, and you'll find yourself invested in their journey. Dust: An Elysian Tale is a testament to the power of indie development. It's a game that was created by one person, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's a beautiful, charming, and surprisingly deep hack and slash game. It's a game that deserves a lot more recognition than it gets. If you're looking for a hidden gem, a game that you might have overlooked, then this is definitely worth checking out. It's a wonderful experience, a game that will stay with you long after you're done playing. It's a must-play for fans of hack and slash games, and for anyone who appreciates a well-crafted indie title, don't let this one slip through the cracks. It's a true delight. The Deadpool game. So here's the deal with that Deadpool game. It's basically exactly what you'd expect from a Deadpool game. It's super over the top, really funny, and packed with tons of hack and slash action. The gameplay itself is pretty solid. You've got Deadpool's signature katanas, of course, but also guns and other crazy weapons. The combat is fast and fluid, and there are lots of opportunities to get creative with how you take down enemies. But the real star of the show is, of course, Deadpool himself. Nolan North did a fantastic job voicing him, capturing all of Deadpool's chaotic energy and humor. He's constantly breaking the fourth wall, making jokes, and just generally being a hilarious, unpredictable character. The story is pretty bonkers too, which is perfect for Deadpool. He's basically trying to stop a villain from doing, well, something villainous. Honestly, the plot isn't the main focus. It's more about the crazy situations Deadpool gets himself into and the jokes he makes along the way. It's a shame that the game is considered abandonware now because it really is a lot of fun. If you ever get a chance to play it, definitely give it a shot. It's a great example of how to make a video game that perfectly captures the spirit of a character. Prototype. Imagine you wake up, right? And you're like, who am I? What's going on? But also you can suddenly do all this crazy stuff like jump super high, run up walls, and turn your arms into giant blades. That's basically Prototype. You're Alex Mercer and you're in New York City, but it's not the normal New York. It's like messed up. There's a virus, people are turning into monsters, and the army's all over the place. You get to run around and just wreck stuff. It's a blast. You can grab people and throw them at other people. You can turn your hands into claws and slice through enemies. You can even pretend to be other people by like absorbing them. It's kind of gross, but it's also really cool. The fighting, it's wild. You feel super strong, like you're not just fighting, you're smashing and crashing. You can do all these cool moves and it's just super satisfying. You can jump from rooftop to rooftop, glide through the air, and then just land and start tearing through bad guys. The story's like a mystery. You're trying to figure out who you are and why you can do all this stuff. There's a lot of twists and turns and there's a bunch of bad guys you gotta take down. It's not the most amazing story ever, but it keeps you interested. Basically, Prototype is just a really fun game where you get to be super powerful, you get to run around a city, cause chaos, and just have a good time. If you like action games and you like feeling like a total badass, you'll probably dig this one. It's like a power trip, you know? You're just cutting loose and having fun.
At the midpoint on the journey of life, I found myself in
Dante's Inferno. This one's a bit of a wild ride, and it's based on a really old, famous poem. So picture this. You're Dante, a knight, and you're going down into hell to save your beloved Beatrice. Basically, the game takes you through the 9 circles of hell, just like in the poem. Each circle has its own theme and its own kind of messed up creatures. Think of it like a really intense haunted house, but on a massive scale. You're fighting all sorts of demons and monsters using a big scythe and holy powers. The combat is pretty fast and brutal. You can hack and slash your way through enemies, or you can choose to absolve them, which is a bit like giving them a second chance. It's a cool mechanic that lets you choose how you want to play. The visuals are really something else. They're dark and creepy, but also really detailed. Each circle of hell looks different, and they're all pretty disturbing. The story follows the poem pretty closely, but it also adds its own twists and turns. You'll meet famous figures from history and mythology, all trapped in hell for their sins. It's a pretty intense and emotional journey. Dante's Inferno is a hack and slash game that's a bit different from the others. It's got a dark, immature story, and it's not afraid to get pretty graphic. If you're into mythology and you like action games, you might find it pretty interesting. Just be prepared for some seriously creepy stuff. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. You're this ninja Raiden, but he's not just any ninja. He's got robot parts, and his sword, it's like a hot knife through butter, even if the butter is a giant metal robot. So you're running around, jumping off walls, and just going nuts with your sword. You get into fights, and it's not just button mashing. You gotta block, dodge, and then when you see an opening, you go in for the slice. It's like a fast dance, but with swords and explosion. Then there's this thing called blade mode. You hit a button, and time slows down. Now you can cut exactly where you want. Think of it like drawing with your sword, but instead of paper, you're drawing on robots. You can chop them into tiny bits, and it feels super cool. The story, it's not just robots fighting. There's some deeper stuff going on. Raiden's trying to figure out who he is and what he's fighting for. There are bad guys, of course, but they're not just bad for the sake of it. They have their own reasons. Even if they're messed up, the music is like, it's like a shot of energy. It's loud, it's fast, and it gets you pumped up. When you're fighting a big boss and the music kicks in, it's like you get a power up. You just feel like you can take on anything. Basically, this game is a non-stop action movie. You're a super-powered ninja, you're slicing up robots, and you're having a blast. It's a crazy ride, and if you like action games, you'll probably love it. It's just pure, over-the-top fun. The Astral Chain, now that's a cool one. Imagine you're a cop in a futuristic city, but you're not just any cop. You've got a legion, which is like a super-powered partner, and you use it to fight these weird creatures called Chimera. So you're running around this cyberpunk city doing investigations, and then suddenly you're fighting these crazy monsters. The combat is really unique because you're controlling both your character and your legion at the same time. It's like having a super-powered pet that fights with you. You can use your legion to do all sorts of cool stuff, like tying up enemies, attacking them from different angles, and even doing combo attacks with your character. It's like a really cool dance of teamwork. The story is pretty interesting too. You're trying to figure out where these Chimera are coming from and why they're attacking the city. There are a lot of twists and turns, and you'll meet a bunch of cool characters along the way. The visuals are really stylish. The city looks amazing with all its neon lights and futuristic buildings, and the Chimera are really creative and creepy. Astral Chain is a really unique action game. It's got a cool story, awesome combat, and a really stylish look. If you like action games with a twist, you'll probably have a blast with this one. It's like being a super-powered cop in a cyberpunk world. Castlevania Lords of Shadow. You're playing as Gabriel Belmont, and he's not just some guy with a sword, he's a knight, and he's got this whole serious mission going on. Think of it like you're stepping into a really dark, old-timey adventure, the kind with big castles and scary forests, but you're in control. You're wandering through these super creepy places, and there's all sorts of monsters trying to mess with you. We're talking werewolves that jump at you out of nowhere, vampires that are slick and sneaky, and just all kinds of other spooky creatures that'll give you the chills. You've got this special weapon, a combat cross, and it's like a whip and a bunch of other tools all rolled into one. You use it to smack down the bad guys, and it feels pretty satisfying. The fights are actually pretty cool. You're not just mashing buttons. You can do these cool combos like stringing together different attacks to really lay a beat down on the monsters. You can also use your tools to solve puzzles like figuring out how to open a door or get past an obstacle. And sometimes you'll even be climbing on walls and stuff like some kind of ninja knight. It's a good mix of action and brain power. The story is like a big epic movie. You're trying to save the world from some serious bad stuff, but you're also dealing with your own personal problems. There are a lot of twists and turns, and you'll meet some really interesting characters along the way. Some are friends, some are enemies, and some are just plain weird. The game looks really awesome too. Everything's dark and detailed, and the monsters are super creepy. It's like you're walking around in a really cool, scary painting or a dark fantasy movie. The atmosphere is thick, and you can practically feel the spooky vibes. Basically, Castlevania Lords of Shadow is a really fun game where you get to fight monsters and explore creepy places. If you like action games with a dark story, you'll probably have a blast with this one. It's like a big, scary, and exciting adventure that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. Code Vein. This one's got a cool anime vibe, and it's like a mix of action and RPG. You're a revenant, which is basically a vampire-like character, and you're fighting these monsters called the Lost in a post-apocalyptic world. So you're running around this ruined city, and you're fighting these creepy monsters with a bunch of different weapons. You can use swords, axes, spears, and all sorts of other stuff. The combat is pretty fast and fluid, and you can do all sorts of cool combos and special attacks. The cool thing about Code Vein is that you can customize your character a lot. You can change your clothes, your hair, your face, and even your fighting style. You can also team up with a partner, which is helpful when you're fighting tough enemies. Now, and this game is also interesting. So basically, you're trying to figure out what happened to the world and why the Lost are attacking. The game looks really good too. Everything's got that stylish anime look, and the characters are all really cool. The monsters are also pretty creepy, which adds to the atmosphere. Code Vein is a fun action RPG with a cool story and a lot of customization options. If you like anime and action games, you'll probably have a blast with this one. It's like being a vampire hero in a post-apocalyptic world. MadWorld. Thinks like someone took a comic book, ripped it straight off the page, and made it into a video game, but not just any comic book, a really intense, super stylized one. You're playing as Jack, and he's this tough dude stuck in Revengeance City. This place is a total mess, everyone's fighting in this crazy death game, and it's your job to survive. The first thing you'll notice is the look of the game. It's all black and white, like a gritty graphic novel, but then bam, you see the bright red blood splattering everywhere. It's a really cool, unique style that makes everything look dramatic and intense. You've got this chainsaw attached to your arm, and it's your main weapon. You use it to slice and dice your way through hordes of bad guys, and it's pretty satisfying. This game is all about over-the-top, crazy violence. You can use all sorts of stuff around you to take out enemies. You can throw them into trash cans, impale them on spikes, drop them into pits, and do all sorts of wild things. It's like the game is saying, go ahead, have fun, get creative. It's definitely not for people who are squeamish or don't like a lot of action, because it's pretty brutal. The story itself is pretty simple. You're trying to win this death game and figure out who's pulling the strings, but honestly, the story takes a backseat to the action. It's more about the crazy fights and the wild things you can do. It's like the game is saying, hey, forget the plot, just have fun causing chaos. MadWorld is a game that's really different from most other games out there. It's got a really unique look, a ton of over-the-top violence, and a whole lot of personality. If you're looking for something that's a bit out there, a bit crazy, and a whole lot of fun, you might find this one pretty cool. Just remember, it's pretty violent, which might be pretty cool, or not cool. Haha. It's like stepping into a really intense interactive comic book where you get to cause all sorts of mayhem and destruction. Warriors Orochi 4. So, Warriors Orochi 4, think of it as a huge, wild party with a bunch of heroes from old stories. You've got warriors from ancient China and Japan all mixed together, and everyone's got superpowers. It's like a history class went totally nuts. You get to play as tons of different characters, and each one fights in their own way. Some use swords, some use spears, some use magic. It's like everyone brought their favorite toys to the playground. You're running around, smashing through huge groups of enemies, and using these super flashy moves to send them flying. It feels really cool to just cut loose and go wild. The story is, it's kind of like a Saturday morning cartoon. All these heroes get pulled into another world and they have to team up to fight gods and monsters. It's not super serious, but it's fun and keeps you going. There are a lot of characters to meet and a lot of crazy situations to get into. This game is all about big, crazy action. You're not just fighting a few enemies, you're fighting hundreds at once. It's like a giant brawl, and you're right in the middle of it. You can do these awesome combo attacks, and you can use magic to clear out huge groups of bad guys. It's super satisfying to just unleash a storm of attacks and watch everyone go flying. Warriors Orochi 4 is a really fun game if you like action games with a lot of characters and a lot of over-the-top fighting. It's like a big, silly, and exciting adventure with a ton of cool heroes. You can just relax, smash some bad guys, and have a good time. It's like a big, fun action movie that you get to play. Marlow Briggs in the Mask of Death? Picture this. You're Marlow, a regular guy who suddenly finds this ancient mask, and BAM! You're a superpowered hero. It's like finding a cheat code for life, but it's a video game. You're dropped into this jungle, and right away you're fighting all sorts of bad guys and weird monsters. You've got this big sword, and it's your main tool for causing chaos. You're running around, slicing and dicing, doing these super flashy moves that look like they're straight out of an action movie. It's all about looking cool while kicking butt. This game is all about big, loud, explosive action. Think of it like a summer blockbuster movie, but you're in control. There are explosions, monsters jumping out of nowhere, and crazy set pieces where you're running from giant things or fighting on top of moving vehicles. It's non-stop action, and it's meant to be fun and exciting. The story is, well, it's pretty straightforward. Some bad guys are trying to use ancient powers to take over the world, and it's your job to stop them. It's not going to win any awards for deep storytelling, but it gives you a reason to keep fighting and moving forward. It's like the story is just there to give you an excuse to have fun. Marlow Briggs and the Mask of Death is a game that knows what it is. A fun, over-the-top action game. It's like a big, silly adventure where you get to be a super-powered hero and cause a lot of mayhem. This one's worth checking out. It's like a roller coaster ride from start to finish.
Oh yeah, I'm good.